Today I am going to discuss about the top 10 dangerous countries. So let's start our countdown without any waste of time. Number 10, Russia. Russia is on number 10 with a peace index of 3.093. Russia is the 10th most dangerous country in the world. Russia's high militarization contributes to its position on the list, along with having one of the highest per capita rates of weapons exports. Russia, unlike the other countries on the list, has a level 2 travel advisory from the US Department of State to exercise increased caution when visiting Russia. Russian officials have also arbitrarily detained US citizens who may become victims of harassment or extortion. Number 9. Democratic Republic of the Congo is on list with a peace index of 3.218. The ninth most dangerous country in the world is the Democratic Republic of the Congo. The DRC recently experienced an Ebola outbreak, which has claimed over 2,200 lives. According to the World Health Organization, the ability of health workers to provide care to treat Ebola patients has been hindered by the violence occurring in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Common violence includes such as armed home invasions, robberies and assaults, and police lack the resourcefulness to effectively respond to crime. Libya is on number 8 with a peace index of 3.285. Libya is the 8th most dangerous country in the world. Libya has experienced high levels of crime, civil unrest, kidnappings, armed conflict and terrorism. The violence in Libya is mostly caused by the militaries that continue to clash with one another over territory and resources. ISIS has carried out several attacks that killed both civilians and security force members. The capital Tripoli and other large cities such as Suman have been frequent locations of fighting among militaries and terrorist attacks. Number 7. Central African Republic is on number 7 with a peace index of 3.296. The Central African Republic is the 7th most dangerous country in the world. Despite a peace agreement signed in 2017, chaos in the country has continued to grow and spread. The main source of unrest in the Central African Republic is the clash between the Seleka rebels and anti-Balaka militaries. The conflict has displaced thousands of people. Kidnappings are widespread, as are reports of violence, looting, and human rights abuses across the country. Somalia is on number 6 with a peace index of 3.3. Somalia is the 6th most dangerous country in the world. Somalia has high kidnapping risk in all parts of the country. Terror attacks are likely at Mogadishu International Airport, government buildings, hotels, and restaurants. Foreigners, government officials, and UN workers are significant target of these attacks. Somalia's droughts and food shortages have compounded the already unstable environment, and security and effective police forces are absent. Number 5. Iraq is on number 5 with a peace index of 3.369, the 5th most dangerous country in the world. Iraq continues to have both internal and external conflicts, including likely terrorist attacks. ISIS continues to capture and kill civilians and Iraqi armed forces. Other human rights violations, including violations of freedom of assembly and women's rights, have persisted. US citizens visiting Iraq are at particular high risk for violence and kidnapping, and are a target of anti-US sectarian militaries throughout Iraq. Number 4. Yemen is on number 4 with a peace index of 3.412. Yemeni civil war began in 2015 between two factions, the Abd Abu Mansur Hadi-led government and Houthi armed movement. Yemen has the world's worst humanitarian crisis, according to the UN, where 4 years of ongoing conflict has resulted in 4.3 million people leaving their homes and 14 million people are at risk of starvation and outbreaks of deadly disease. About 80% of Yemen population is in desperate need of humanitarian assistance. Number 3. South Sudan is the 3rd most dangerous country in the world with a peace index of 3.526. South Sudan has ongoing conflict, civil unrest, and widespread violent crime, including robberies, assaults, carjacking, and kidnappings. Armed conflicts exist mostly between the government and the opposition groups, with little to no rule of law or order outside the country's capital of Juba. Areas near South Sudan's borders with Sudan, Kenya, Central African Republic, and so on are particularly dangerous. Additionally, South Sudan is at high risk for climate disasters. Number 2. Syria is on number 2 with a peace index of 3.566. The Syrian civil war has plagued the country since March 2011 and has been the second deadliest war of the 21st century. An estimated near 5 lakh people, including 55,000 children, have been killed in the Syrian conflict. High levels of violence have been persistent throughout Syria, including the use of small arms, tanks, chemical weapons, and aircrafts. As of March 2019, 5.7 million people have fled Syria and over 6 million have been displaced internally. Number 1. Afghanistan is on number 1 with a peace index of 3.6. According to the UN peacekeeping mission in Afghanistan, the country experienced 3,804 civilian deaths in conflict, 927 of who are children. Afghanistan experiences deadly attacks from the Taliban across the country, and the US is now in its 19th year of war in Afghanistan. Afghanistan has the highest number of deaths from the war and terrorism than any other country in the world. Thanks for watching my video, and please guys do subscribe, like and share my video. Thank you.